This morning, welcome to Science with Tina. This morning we're going to do a snowstorm in a jar. So I've got some of the things that we're going to need. I've got a large mason jar right here. I have some baby oil. I have some Alka-Seltzer. You'll need, if you're going to do this one at home, you're going to need that brand name, the Alka-Seltzer, because it has everything in it that we need to make this science experiment work. We're going to need a quarter cup of water approximately. It can be approximate. And maybe just a little bit of white paint. So I'm going to open up my paint, and I'm just going to drop a couple of drops of that white paint into that water. And that white paint dissolves. It's a water base, so it dissolves into that water. I'm just going to give that a stir. So it's well dissolved into that water. And once it's dissolved in there, I'm going to add it to my mason jar. Right at the bottom there. I'll pour that in. That paint didn't quite get dissolved. Oh well. And next I'm going to add some baby oil to the jar. So add it till about 2/3 full. So I've got these little bottles of baby oil I bought at the dollar store. So I'm just going to pour that in. And while I'm pouring, what do you notice about the water and that oil? What do you notice about it? It's separating, isn't it? That oil is sitting on the top, and the baby oil stays on the top, and the paint stays on the bottom. So I'm just going to add another bottle. There we go. Now I've got one more I'm going to add, just make it a little bit, almost, hopefully it'll be about 2/3 full when I'm done. So another bottle of baby oil, and add that to that. Ooh, look at that. There we go, that should be about enough to put into that jar for now. Now again, do you notice what's happened to the baby oil? It's on the top, and that water is on the bottom. So the water is heavier than that baby oil, and the baby oil does not mix with that water. They separate. And then I'm going to add a little bit of sparkle, just some really fine glitter. And I'm just going to sprinkle that on top of the jar. Just a little bit for on the surface. So when it starts to work, hopefully you can see some of that glitter in there. It's called iridescent glitter. I'm just going to put that on the top. Then I took some of the tablets out of the Alka-Seltzer. And what you'll need to do with those is break them into small pieces. So just little bits of that Alka-Seltzer. We're not going to put that whole tablet in at the same time. I'm just going to break it up into small little pieces. There we go. So, are you ready? Here we go. We're going to start putting them in there. There's one. Ooh. Another one. And another one. Now, when you put these tablets in, the reaction will last for about 45 seconds, so just under a minute. And if you have more of the Alka-Seltzer tablets, you can add that at that time. It'll start that reaction going again. You notice? What do you notice that's happening in that jar? Looks like that paint is kind of covering the sides a little bit. If I turn that, let's turn it this way. Oh, look at those bubbles bouncing up and down. There's a snowstorm in the jar. Add a couple more of these. There we go. So what is happening here? The white water bubbles up through the baby oil, making that snowstorm in a jar. And every time you add that Alka-Seltzer pieces to the snowstorm, it'll bubble for about 45 seconds. Watch how it comes up and down. Yeah, like I said, you could keep adding more Alka-Seltzer in your jar and redo this experiment over and over again. Thank you so much for coming today. Have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.